Big push.
Been at it. You're almost towards the tail end of spring now. So
Yeah.
how would you assess how things have gone so far?
Exciting. You know what I mean? It's such a good energy around the program right now. The guys are having a blast just kind of doing football. You know what I mean? And just being able to be together and do everything that we can.
What do you like about your group?
Man, my group, they love to work. You know, that's one of the coolest things. You'll see those guys just come to work every day and enjoy the process. You know what I mean? It's hard sometimes to see a group, but, you know, it starts up top and you got good leadership. Thank you. That really kind of helps us with, you know, having that set that tempo, set that standard.
What are you looking forward from this group? I mean, for this spring, I know other coaches have talked about just trying to establish identity, but what do you want to see out of this group or your group?
Yeah, no, I love to see just. I mean, we use a term called TBD, you know, and it's to be determined. You know, every year is gonna be different. Every guy, every running back's gonna be different. And shoot, when we get our opportunity, we want to have that explosion and be that juice the team needs at any moment.
Coach, we're kind of getting to the tail end of learning season here. Obviously, you have lessons you learned from the last open practice. What's kind of been the focus going into tomorrow to try to polish up heading into that?
Yeah, details. It's all about details. It's all about us being able to control. So one thing that we do is talk about breathing, right, and processing what our job is. You know what I mean? And now that we got almost everything in, guys are just now playing fast, not allowing themselves to think, and really just try to be who they are, playmakers.
What have you seen from AG and Tavion this spring as early enrollees?
Yeah, no, I mean those guys they like to work again, but they're dynamic. They're dynamic in their ability to put that foot in the ground and really change 0 to 100 really fast, and it's pretty fun to see.
How do you envision the running backs group kind of being used in the offense? Is this RJ Harvey was a big piece last year? Do you think one big guy, or you think rotation?
That's a biased question. You know, I don't want to be all of it, right? No, but no, I see us being whatever. We do whatever we can. You know, whether it's pass blocking, whether it's running the ball, whether it's running routes, we can do it all. You know what I mean? So, and it starts from the bottom to the top, and that's how we all prepare. You know what I mean? To do it all. We're not just a one trick pony. So.
Talk about the two seniors, Miles Montgomery and Jada Mix. What have you seen from how they progress along the way?
Yeah, you know, I think those guys are doing a great job feeding off of each other. You know what I mean? Their ability to really, you know, just see and compliment each other and, you know, really just kind of lead the program, lead the group. You know what I mean? And I mean, they are kind of the two older guys on the program right now. And, you know, you see in their movement, the way they study the game, the way they approach every day of work.
Are they different running backs? How would you maybe go about utilizing them? Do they do different things? Is maybe Miles good at one thing and maybe Jaden something else?
Yeah, I mean, make sure those guys can't hear me because I can't give them too many compliments, right? But no, they both compliment each other really well. I mean, they both are very explosive. They both are very fast, and they just run tough. You know what I mean? They get the hard yards, and I don't want to put those guys in a box, but you know they're able to do it all right now. And that's the cool thing about Coach Foster's offense is we ask the running back to do it all: pass block, receive, run the ball. You know what I mean? And I think those guys definitely match what he wants.
You mentioned blocking. What progress?
Well, I think blocking starts with the mindset. You know what I mean? And those guys are all willing. You know, from the freshmen to the seniors, they're just excited about it. And we say protect the rock, protect the quarterback. You know what I mean? And that's one big thing for us is always making sure, hey, if there's any kind of leakage or whatever it might be, we make sure to go clean it up.
Saturday we talked to Miles a little bit about emerging as a leader with one of the older guys. What have you seen from Miles as he kind of decides to take that leadership?
Yeah, the one thing for him is just his process. You know what I mean? His time of just really just being the guy to just who he is and leading by example, outworking everybody, and now just being able to have that respect that everybody just when he says something, hey, Miles said it. You know what I mean? And that's fun to see. And he kind of was amazing for his own self. You know what I mean? To see that guys were actually listening and act like that. So it's been great.
The transfer portal opens up in the next week or so. Do you envision maybe having to bring in another body maybe to help provide a little more depth, or are you satisfied kind of where you guys are at right now?
Man, I mean, that's always up to the portal. You know what I mean? The magical portal. It's a crazy deal. But I'm very impressed with the guys right now. You know what I mean? I like who they are. I like their work. I like what they can get done. You know what I mean? I think we're going to keep on pushing those guys to the limit right now and just see what we got.
Being on the field,
TBD is kind of a philosophy of yours,
Yeah.
where that's developed, and what does that mean? What do you want to demonstrate to guys to follow?
Yeah, it's a trust, brotherhood, determination. You know what I mean? But also you can see to be determined. You know what I mean? They start with trust. Our guys, I mean, we have to believe from the first guy to the second guy to the third guy that guy is able to be a guy in the program that's going to make a play. I tell my guys to go hard every single play, and they need to have that trust that their brother is going to be able to come in the next play and do whatever he has to do. And we determine not to fail. You know what I mean?
Learning this spring and being on the field with Coach Frost, what do you like about being a coach under him and this offense that you're going to be
Man, that's a great mind. You know what I mean? He's a wizard as far as just his ability to know offense and really kind of see what a defense is really trying to do to him and have a counter to it. You know what I mean? So his mind is always just working and everything like that. So it's very fun for me to see kind of his ability to kind of regurgitate information, plays that he's had in the past, and just hey, let's get this done. This is a slight change, you know, and his mind's always working.
How have you seen the culture develop over the course
Yeah, I mean, coach is excited. He's gonna bring that energy. He's gonna tell us that we want to be passionate and have a lot of passion for our guys, and we want to make sure that he leads that way, and he shows it every day. You know what I mean? He's a very personal guy. The guys talk to him, they joke. You can see him having fun out there. You know what I mean? When he's in his element, you know, he's calling plays and and coaching up the defense to run the ball, coaching up the offense and stay on blocks. It's fun to see.
Stacey Gage, I'm sorry, Stacey Gage. What do you see from him? When a guy comes back again for another season, what kind of growth have you seen him after redshirting last year?
Yeah, no, he's a growth. I mean, that's the cool part for him. His ability to really take that next step as, as far as being a guy that has a little experience under his belt, now just being able to play a lot faster than he did last year. And that's fun to see, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't here, no doubt, but I just can see his process every day of just getting better and really feeling more comfortable with the offense and the coaches.
You mentioned the match before. A lot of the recruitment has also been on the offensive line. Big part of how you guys operate. What has happened during the spring season to kind of get that mesh and melding together and roll?
Yeah, no, Coach Clark, man, that's a guru now, man. That's a wise coach, a wise O-line coach, and see his experience, see how he works with those guys. And I mean, shoot, there's nobody else in our program, in my opinion, that works harder than O-line. And to see those guys really get together and really talk about those guys being a group that really have to get things done in the trenches, it's been fun to see. You know what I mean? And running backs, we have them, try to have a good bond and try to go make sure those are the guys that we trust all the time.
Coach Frost mentioned on Saturday, if you're in Florida, you have to be fast. How was that passed on to the running back? How have you guys been fitting that system?
Yeah. I think those guys are fast. I always like to say I'm a little faster still, but you know what I mean. I said we might have to race at the end of the spring, but those guys are doing a great job of just kind of holding true to that and playing fast through the whistle and at every play they can.
Do you think you could take him?
Oh, no question.
How many game-ready running backs do you think you'll need this season? Is it around 3, or how many guys do you want to be ready to contribute a game?
I like to have. I want to say 5. I want to say everybody in my room, from freshman to senior. I mean, I told my guys after spring ball, there's no young guys anymore. You know what I mean? In this day and age, we're one play away. You know what I mean? And so my guys, I feel like they are able to, grasp and have understanding, and that's our standard. You know what I mean? And that's the trust that we got to have in whoever's in the game.
You talked about the standard there. What's one non-negotiable standard that you have for any running back room and any offense that you coach in?
Effort. You know what I mean? You got to give them 100% effort. You know what I mean? And you can't coach effort. You know what I mean? Something with effort is in you. And I think those guys in the running back room right now are trying to have that extreme effort, that extreme talent to just be able to do whatever is needed of them.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.